What can the players on the team do to take more accountability for the mistakes that were made in the games and to prevent them going forward?
Tenemos que saber manejar los momentos del partido, saber manejar la ventaja que tenemos y ser más inteligentes, como dije.
We have to know how to manage the moments of the game, to manage the situations that we're in, and be more intelligent.
How do you do that? How do you know more about how to manage the games? Is it experience? Is it training?
Sí, ver lo que se hizo mal en el video, corregirlo, hablarlo y en el siguiente partido tratar de no volver a cometer los mismos errores.
Yeah, watch on video what went wrong, try to correct the mistakes so that they don't happen again, and just correct them for the next game.
Is there a frustration right now with the two recent games?
No sé si frustración, pero sí mucho dolor. Perdimos 5 puntos en casa. Sí, con mucha bronca, pero frustración no lo veo así.
I don't know if it's frustration, but it hurts because we lost 5 points at home. But I don't view it as frustration.
Okay.
What's your role and the defender's role in moments like that, trying to change like the speed and the tempo of matches?
No es solo un tema de la defensa, creo yo, es todo el equipo, somos los 11 que estamos dentro del campo. Los 11 ser inteligentes, o sea, no solo cuestión de la defensa.
No, I don't think it's just on the defenders. I think it's as a team we do everything together. We're 11 players, so it's not just a defensive thing.
What has it been like to work with Noah Cobb in that back line, and what is that chemistry like between you guys?
No, es un gran jugador, es un jugador joven, tiene mucho talento y tiene mucha carrera por delante y esperemos que siga creciendo.
He's a great player. He's obviously a young player with a lot of talent who's got a very bright future ahead of him, and we hope he keeps going on that path.
All right.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. You ever dream that one day you'd hit the winning PK in a training exercise?
All the time. I woke up this morning thinking about it. Yeah.
Seriously though, what can the players do to take more accountability for individual mistakes in games, and then how can they do more to prevent those going forward?
Yeah, I mean, individual mistakes are going to happen, and I think the biggest thing is when they do, what the reaction of the team is to try and help recover the ball. And we always look back at what the video is, and we talk about it, and we know, when we train the warm up, it's always technical work, it's always tactical stuff and whatnot. So it's just being focused in that. But the biggest thing is we know mistakes are going to happen, and just as a team, how do we react to try and fix it?
What have you personally learned from the past 2 games?
No game is done until it's done. After 94 minutes, 95 minutes, wherever the case is, we have to be focused the entire time, because when you play the likes of Philadelphia and Cincinnati, they're big teams in the league, and they're comfortable being behind, they're comfortable being tied, they're comfortable being ahead, and we have to be focused for 90 minutes, because if we're not, as we saw the last 2 games, leads can disappear just like that.
Y'all seem like y'all were in the film study for quite a while this morning. What was the mood in the film study?
I mean, it's early in the year, and we got to fix things, and it's not the end of the world, because like I said, it's 8 games in, but we know if we want to be where we want to be at the end of the year, that we have to try and minimize those mistakes. So we, as a team, as a collective, we all looked at it, we talked, we spoke about what went wrong, and we know that if we want to later on down the line be successful, we have to fix it, and you have to do that sometimes as a team, and that's what we did today.
What are some of the challenges with coming on in the 60th, 70th minute, especially in the midfield, with it being such an important role, one where you're kind of dictating the tempo and everything? What are the challenges like that coming in kind of later?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just trying to adapt to the speeds of the game as quickly as possible. Obviously, you're doing your warm-up or whatever on the side, but it's nothing to the pace those guys are already playing at for the last 60 minutes. So trying to adapt to that and making sure when you step onto the field you're ready to go mentally and physically. And what you don't want to happen is the first couple actions you get, you're caught behind. And it's not the easiest, but I'll take any day of the week being able to come on and help the team any way possible. And for me, the next focus is if I come on again Instead of ending in ties or losses, it's ending in 3 points.
When you come on, are you typically coming in with a message from Pineda or from the coaching staff to try to send it out to the group, or are you just kind of focused on yourself and what you can do?
Yeah, it varies game to game. Most times I'm always talking with the staff beforehand about what they would like from me in these games. They're always clear as to what they'd like for me to do when I come to the game, and a lot of it too is what we do in training. It's very similar to what is expected of us in the game. So it's not a lot that is said of me. Sometimes I make adjustments as games goes on, and sometimes I'm coming onto the field with those adjustments to tell their players. And other times it's play with confidence, do what I've been able to do the last few times I came on, and just try and keep playing the way I have been.
What have y'all learned from reviewing the tape of the past couple of games, and how can you apply that to your following games?
Yeah, I think the biggest, one of the biggest issues we've had the last few games is a lot of the goals we concede, a lot of the chances that we give up. We kind of do it to ourselves, whether it be the shape as the team, as a collective, the decision making, the duels won or whatnot, and that's been our focus. After the film session today is just about putting ourselves in positions to try and reduce the chances they get by doing what needs to be done ahead of time, getting into positions early, reading the game ahead of time so that we don't give up free opportunities. If a team is creating good chances because they're a good team, like many teams can, then fair play to them. But if it's because we're not doing what we know that we can do, it's a little bit it's a tougher pill to swallow.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks,
Thank
Jay.
you guys.
Thank you, Jay.